Morning everybody, how are y'all doing today? I'm doing great myself because last week was pretty stressful. I had a lot of work, which is why I only had like one video out. But luckily it's the weekend now, so I have plenty of time to record as many videos as I can possibly cram in. Although I will say I think I might be coming down with something. You know when you're like just starting to get sick and like it's not quite there yet, but you can feel it coming, like your nose starts to run the tiniest bit and your throat gets dry, stuff like that. That's basically how I'm feeling right now. But anyway, that's not why you guys clicked on this video. You guys clicked on this video to see a PlayStation fanboy explaining why third-party games are inferior to first-party games. And this is coming from the same guy who made the threat towards Sony HQ over Spider-Man going to PC. I'm pretty sure most of you know what I'm talking about. And I feel like I need to clarify real quick, this is not by any means a new video. This video is around a year old. It was published last year. But stupidity does not have an expiration date, and I feel like this video is still just as relevant as ever, especially now with Miles Morales coming to PC very soon. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video.
What's up guys, it's Malcolm. I'm back with another video. Today, I'm mad because I know what Xbox is trying to do. I know what they're trying to do. They're not dropping games, and I know why they're trying to do that. And I'm saying,
well, if this video was made this year, he might have a point, but last year, this point is completely invalid, because I've gone over this in previous videos, but I am 99% sure that Microsoft actually put out more first-party games than Sony did last year. But let's go ahead and hear this man's conspiracy theory for why Xbox is not dropping games.
The reason why Xbox is not dropping games and being lazy and not doing anything for the freaking Xbox Series X consoles is because they want Sony to, calm down and not be putting out games. Sony's gonna see Xbox not put out anything for the consoles. They're gonna look at the Series X and be like, oh, this has no this console has no games whatsoever. Why should we even bother putting out exclusives for the PS5?
Well, as we've seen this year, that is completely false, because this year Microsoft is putting out no first-party games, and PlayStation is still getting Horizon Forbidden West and God of War Ragnarok. Ragnarok being arguably one of the more anticipated games in Sony's entire history. Also, I feel like I need to say this audio quality and like the 144p compression and stuff, that is not my recording or anything. That's genuinely how the video was uploaded. This reminds me back when I started YouTube. 360p videos, constantly stuttering on the mic. I don't know why anybody subbed to me back then, but thank you to all of you who did it.
Why should we even bother trying with the PS5 if Xbox is not going to do anything? We don't have competition anymore. We can just chill out. That's what Xbox wants PlayStation to do. That was the plan all along. That's why Xbox is being all lazy, not dropping any games, not doing anything on the front. They're not doing nothing.
Yeah, like I already established, Xbox actually released more first-party games than PlayStation did last year when this video was made. Again, if he made this video this year, then he would probably have a point, but even then, Sony is releasing two of their biggest sequels, arguably ever, God of War Ragnarok and Forbidden West, which, obviously, Forbidden West got overshadowed by Elden Ring. But it was still a big game. Just because a game gets overshadowed does not mean that game all of a sudden sucks, or that, it's not a big game.
Because they know that PlayStation is gonna look at Xbox and be like, oh, there's no competition. We're chilling. We don't have to do anything crazy. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to do anything. Because Xbox is not dropping games. We don't have to put any quality in our games. We don't have to do that. That's what Xbox wants. Know what I'm saying? And on top of that, know what I'm saying, people always want to talk about, oh my gosh, who cares if Sony doesn't put out exclusives? People don't buy consoles for exclusives. That's complete BS. That's complete BS.
Well, it's BS to say that nobody buys a console for the exclusives. Obviously, there are people who do buy consoles for the exclusives. There's no doubt about that. But the fact is, the majority of people do not buy consoles for the exclusives, or just don't buy the console exclusives in general. Because I've gone over this several times in previous videos, but the summary is basically, there's 120 million PlayStation 4 sold, and the best-selling PlayStation 4 exclusives sold roughly 20 million million copies. An example of that would be Spider-Man. Spider-Man sold roughly 20 million copies, which means that only 1 in every 6 people who bought a PS4 even bought Spider-Man. And remember, that's best case scenario. The numbers only go downhill from there. And just because people buy a game on the console does not mean they bought the console specifically for that game. I guarantee a lot of the people who bought Spider-Man probably just got a PlayStation because either their friends had it and they wanted to play games like Minecraft, Call of Duty, Fortnite, etc. And then they just saw that the game was available on their console and they were like, okay, cool, I'll buy that. Again, not saying that nobody buys consoles for the exclusives. One of my friends bought a PS4 specifically to play Spider-Man. But what I am saying is to say that every single one of the 120 million people who bought a PlayStation 4 wanted the exclusives is just objectively false. Because if PlayStation exclusives were that successful, then, you know, Sony wouldn't be crying and moaning right now over Microsoft buying Activision.
So the reason why that's BS is because you see two consoles that have basically the exact same hardware. I'm saying the exact same third-party games on them, the exact same things. I'm saying, but one console has better games. That's why exclusives matter, because people would choose, you know, what games they want to play, what exclusives they like. That's the reason why exclusives matter.
See, I hate this argument because this argument assumes that all Sony wants to do is sell hardware, which if all they wanted to do is sell hardware and, you know, they need their exclusive games so badly to do that, why are they porting all of their games to PC? It's almost like they take a loss on the consoles and then make up for it with software sales. And if they want to make as many software sales as possible, then you gotta put your games on more markets besides just your console. And what better platform to put them on than the platform that has over 1 billion registered users, aka PC. And like I already established, what he's describing right here is not the majority of the market. If exclusives were really the games that matter, then everybody would have gone out and bought an Xbox One back when it came out, because it had the way better launch lineup than the PS4. But guess what? People didn't, and do you know why? It's because the Xbox One was $100 more expensive. It had a built-in spy cam where the console would not function if it wasn't plugged in, and it was less powerful for a higher price. And I just want to throw this out here. This video is about why first-party games are better than third-party games. So far, the only argument I've heard is that first-party games are better than third-party games because they force you to buy a piece of hardware that you don't want. That's all I'm getting out of this video so far, but who knows, maybe that'll change later, which, spoiler alert, it's not going to.
If it wasn't for exclusives, you'd be choosing consoles off the color they were. I'm saying you'd be choosing Xbox because you like green. You'd be choosing PlayStation because you like blue. That's the only reason why. That's why exclusives matter. I'm saying, and people always want to talk about, oh my gosh, exclusives aren't that good. I'm saying exclusives are just so trash. Oh my gosh, the third-party games are much better. People buy consoles for third-party games. The reason why exclusives are better than third-party games. That's what we're talking about right now. The reason why exclusives are much better than third-party games is because those exclusives are to sell consoles.
Alright, so to address the beginning part of that, like I already established, no, people, at least the vast majority of people, do not buy a console specifically for the exclusives. I've gone over the sales figures. I talked about how the Xbox One had the better launch lineup and it still sold like garbage compared to the PS4. So to say that if it wasn't for exclusives, you'd just be choosing a console based off which color you like better, that's completely false. But you guys heard him right there. He just said himself that exclusives are better than third-party games because exclusives force you to buy hardware that you don't necessarily want or need just to play that game. Obviously, that's not exactly how he worded it, but that's basically what he's saying. They exist to sell you hardware. They exist to force you to buy hardware is how you should say it, bud. And how does that make them better? Like, I genuinely do not get it. By this logic, Halo Infinite is god tier compared to Elden Ring because that's exclusively on Xbox and PC. And we all know that that's not the case.
Those exclusives are there to sell consoles. They put out those exclusives so you can buy that console and play it. The only place it can be played. That's the only reason why exclusives exist. right? And you know, to just show out the console and make you buy that console. That's the reason why exclusives exist. You admit it. You PC players admit it all the time. I'm not buying that console because of the exclusive. I'm not paying $500. Okay, but other people will. Know what I'm saying? But you know, exclusives matter, man.
So let me get this straight. Because people will buy consoles just for the exclusives, that means that exclusive games are objectively better than third-party games. And again, I still don't get the argument. So, because exclusives force you to buy a piece of hardware you don't want or need to play that game, that somehow means they are better. Apparently, having less options of where you can play a game is a good thing, and it's better than having more options. I don't get it, guys.
And that's facts. I'm saying if it wasn't for exclusives, console would have been dead by now. 100%. But back on the topic at hand, I'm saying exclusives, man. They have much better quality in third-person games. When it comes, I mean not third-person games, in third-party games. When it comes to exclusives, I'm saying they're putting quality into those exclusives. They're putting quality because they know if they don't put quality, why am I gonna buy that console for that game if there's no quality in it?
Okay, but here's my question though. If exclusives are automatically higher quality than third-party games, then how come you PlayStation fanboys always dunk on Xbox exclusive games? I mean, you just said it yourself. Apparently, according to you, exclusives are automatically higher quality games than third-party games. So then why do you PlayStation fanboys always dunk on Xbox for having lower quality games? I mean, if we're going by your logic, you guys should be praising the Xbox exclusives as well. And you guys should be praising Microsoft for buying Activision, because as soon as all those games become first-party games, apparently they're all of a sudden going to become so much better. Like, what even is this logic, dude?
You know, you can't say the same for third-party games, because with third-party games, those are just on any, you know, platform. They get the most sales. I'm saying they can do whatever. Third-party games are like Ubisoft games. Third-party games are like EA games. Third-party games are trash, and they put no effort in it. That's why the annual releases come out with third-party games. Third-party is trash. Third-party is absolutely trash. Now that I see it, Xbox is actually kind of smart. Xbox is low-key smart.
I mean, there's no doubt that there are third-party games out there that have no effort put into them, like, you know, all the EA Sports games. And I do think the Call of Duty games have a bit more effort put in, because, you know, sometimes they'll switch up the engine, they gotta, like, make new guns and stuff. But, yeah, for the most part, pretty low effort as well. But just because companies like EA and Activision put out annual releases and the games aren't as high effort, that doesn't mean that there aren't third-party games with effort put into them. And again, by this logic, by your own logic, Microsoft makes some of the greatest games ever made because those games are exclusive to their platform, and according to you, if it's exclusive, there's automatically more effort put in. I mean, if that's the case, and you know exclusives are so much better than third-party games, then why did Horizon Forbidden West get absolutely dunked on by Elden Ring? I never even saw people talking about it, that's how badly it got overshadowed.
Because with Bethesda, they're one of the, you know, they're a pretty good third-party, you know, game makers. They're a pretty good third-party game maker. So Xbox is gonna buy that and make it first-party, so the quality enhances. The utmost quality will be found in that game now, because it's an Xbox exclusive.
No, dude, that's not how it works. Just because a Bethesda game goes exclusive to Xbox, it does not automatically make it better. Think about it. If Microsoft had bought Bethesda back in like 2017 and then made all their games exclusive, would Fallout 76 have been a good game? No, it would not have been. It still would have been absolute garbage. So I guess the best way to put it is like this. Exclusive games do not automatically mean better games, but if a game is a first-party game from a major like console seller like Microsoft or Sony, then it'll probably be higher quality than it would have been if it was a third-party game, because then they can put more money into it. However, just because the game is only on one platform does not automatically make it better. God of War 2018 would still have been a great game if it launched on PC day and date, or on Xbox day and date. Forza Horizon 5 would still have been a great game if it came out on the PlayStation 5 day and date. So I guess my final verdict would have to be first-party third-party games have a better chance of being higher quality, but you have to remember that first-party games can still go to other platforms. Like Minecraft is a great example. If that game was taken off the PlayStation, the game would not automatically be better. And I think this is an important distinction to make between first-party games and exclusive games. Because, you know, Call of Duty, after the acquisition goes through, will be a Microsoft first-party game. However, it will not be an exclusive game to the Xbox for at least several more years. But because Call of Duty will now have a much larger budget to work with because Microsoft can feed Activision money, there is a better chance that the game will come out better and higher quality. However, that does not mean it will automatically be good. Apologies that rant was so long, but yeah, I hope I explained that well.
I'm saying, now that it's exclusive, that's where the quality is going to be. Because if it's not quality, people aren't going to buy the console for the exclusives, and that's facts. And that is facts, 100%. You can't deny it. I'm sorry. You know, do what you want. You just can't deny it. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry, but you can't. You can't.
Actually, I can, because, again, going back to the Xbox One example, it had the way better launch lineup than the PS4, and it still sold like complete garbage. And again, if everybody was buying a PlayStation for the exclusives, how come the best-selling PS4 exclusives only had a 1 in 6 attach rate? Explain that to me. Go ahead, I'll wait. But something really ironic I just wanted to point out, he's talking about how exclusive games are so much better while he's playing Horizon Zero Dawn, which came out on PC by this point. By his own logic, the game should be objectively worse now, but I guess he's still playing it and enjoying it.
I'm saying, but that's the reason why exclusives matter. That's the reason why exclusives are a good thing, and that's why exclusives are better than third-party games. 100%, 100%, 1,000%, 1,000,000%. Look at Halo. All the games on Halo are pretty much, you know, just good, except 5 and, you know, all that BS. But, you know, pretty much all the games are pretty good. I'm saying all the Uncharted games are good.
Okay, no, dude. From Halo 4 onward, the Halo games have not been very good. The multiplayer of 5 was good, but nothing else about that game was good, except the graphics. And all the Uncharted games were good. Now, I've never played an Uncharted game before. I have no idea what they're about, but weren't people saying that, like, 2 or 3 was not very good? I think I saw a video from somebody saying that it was either Uncharted 2 or 3, that it was, like, a necessary evil or something like that. I could be completely wrong. I'm not trying to claim anything. I'm just saying what I heard.
You know, every exclusive is pretty much quality because they want people to buy the consoles. They want to put quality in those games so you can buy the consoles. But when it comes to third party, dude, it's on every platform. So they don't have to care about sales. They don't have to care about anything. You know what I'm saying? And that's facts.
So now, apparently, if a game is third-party, the developers don't have to worry about if it sells well or not. Dude, are you actually listening to yourself? Like, that's a genuine question. Did you watch this video back before you uploaded it? That's a very important thing to do.
Name one bad exclusive game. You can't. Actually, you can, but there's not that much. Every Nintendo exclusive is pretty much gold. Every Nintendo exclusive is pretty much good. Every Xbox exclusive, kinda, I don't know about Xbox, but you know, pretty much they have quality, they have good graphics, right? But the gameplay, they're kind of trash. But with PlayStation, my God.
So you literally just admitted that Xbox's exclusives aren't automatically good because they're exclusives, and after you made this whole video trying to, you know, explain why exclusives are better than third-party games. You just admitted that just because Xbox's games are exclusive, that does not make them good. You just invalidated your entire video and you don't even realize it.
Every game has quality. So you can't sit here and tell me that, you know, third-party games have much better quality, are much better than, you know, exclusives. You can't. You can't. That's wrong. You're lying to yourself when you say that. But yeah, man, I'm gonna keep this video sweet and short and sweet for you bums, because most of you bums have ADHD and all that BS. But you know, that's the end of the video, man. Leave a like, subscribe, do what you need to do. Catch you guys in the next video, man.
What better way to end off your video than by insulting the people you were just trying to make your argument to? Seems like a great tactic if you ask me, but anyway, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. Basically, what we learned today is exclusive games are better than third-party games, because if they're exclusive, they're automatically better, even though he admitted a lot of the times Xbox doesn't put out good exclusive games. And by the way, dude, Nintendo and Sony games aren't always perfect either. They have a better track record than Xbox, but not all their games are perfect. From what I heard, Forbidden West was mid, and some of Nintendo's recent releases, like Nintendo Switch Sports, you know, Wii Sports was way superior, or Wii Sports Resort. God, that game was fire. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will catch you all next time.